All right, sixth graders, welcome back to the second day of your class notes. Yesterday, we ended with this slide, divergent boundaries. Actually, it wasn't yesterday. It would have been last week, last Friday. So hopefully you enjoyed your long weekend with your extra day off. And now we're back at it. So the format is the same for today. You're going to go through and we're going to just do a little bit of notes here, just one slide. And then you'll have time to get back to your groups and pick up where you left off on the plate boundary map activity. So make sure that you have your notes document open. Remember, it's class notes, plate tectonics 6H is the title of the doc. If you need a second to open it up, pause the video, get your notes open, and then come back to this video. So today, we're going to start with convergent boundaries. Divergent, we've talked about when they are being pulled apart. So convergent now actually mean converge. The plates are actually converging onto each other. So a convergent boundary, a place where two plates push together, so they're being compressed. And the reason they're being pushed together is because of, again, direction of the convection currents in the mantle. There it is again. Convection currents in the mantle. Right? And so because of the direction of these convection currents, it's causing two plates to collide. They're being pushed together. Convergent boundary is probably the one that kids struggle with the most because there's just a lot of information. And the reason why there's a lot of information is because what happens at this plate boundary, the geologic activity that takes place, all depends on what type of crust is being collided into from each of the two plates. So two plates collide, and remember there's two types of crust, continental and oceanic. So depending on what's colliding creates different effects. And that's where kids usually struggle, is because there's different things that they need to be able to remember that occur at each of these different boundaries. So in fact, because there are two different types of crust, that leads to three different possibilities for convergent boundaries. So you're going to need to know these, and you're going to need to know the effects. And like I said, that's sometimes where this gets difficult because there's a lot of information with the convergent boundaries. I don't think it's hard to understand, so it's not like you won't get it, but you will have to put time in to make sure that you know these. There's not homework really this week as I'm gone. So it might not be a bad idea for you to be going through and reviewing these notes or these videos a couple of times this week so that you're practicing what is happening at each of these boundaries. All right, so the three types. Well, you can have continental crust that collides with oceanic crust. That's the first type. Or there could be two continental plates that are converging together. And thirdly, what's left is oceanic to oceanic collision. So those are the three types of convergent boundaries. Over the next 3 days, we will go through each one of those individually and talk about what's happening at each of those boundaries. At the end of those three, there will be then another chart or table, whatever you want to call it, where it's going to kind of summarize everything that's happening. And that's going to be a very important document for you too. That's all we're taking for notes today. So once you're done with your notes, go ahead and wait for your partners in your group to finish. And once they're finished too, then you can go ahead and start working on your plate boundary map activity. I will see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye.